This Arctic blast will push temperatures to dangerous lows. And folks, what is happening right now as I record this on Sunday, March 2nd, 2026, is not speculation. This is the coldest night of the entire month happening tonight. Ottawa is about to drop to minus 28 degrees Celsius with wind chills of minus 33. Toronto hits minus 18 tonight. Montreal, minus 19. And up in Big Trout Lake in northern Ontario, the wind chill is already at minus 48 degrees, where your skin freezes in under 5 minutes. But here is what you actually need to know. This is a short, sharp punch. Peak danger is tonight and tomorrow morning. By Tuesday, this breaks. By next Saturday, Toronto hits plus 11 degrees. So yes, tonight is dangerous. Yes, people need to take this seriously. But no, this is not another endless freeze like January. This is one brutal night, and then we recover fast. Comment below right now and tell me where you are watching from and what the temperature is outside, because I need to know how many of you are in the danger zone tonight. Right now, this second, as I am recording on Sunday afternoon, the temperatures do not look that scary yet. Toronto is sitting around minus 6, Ottawa minus 12, Montreal minus 8. These feel cold but manageable, and that is exactly the trap, folks. Because tonight when the sun goes down, this changes dramatically. The Alberta Clipper that raced through yesterday dragged fresh Arctic air down from the north. Not the worst Arctic air we have seen this winter. We already survived that nightmare in January, but cold enough that if you are unprepared or vulnerable, this can hurt you. And after 150 people died across North America this winter from the cold and ice, and after shelters have been packed beyond capacity for months, this latest hit is landing on people who are already barely hanging on. Let me break down the danger timeline, because understanding when it hits hardest is everything. Yesterday, Saturday, was deceptively mild. Montreal actually hit 8 degrees during the day. Some of you probably thought, oh, it is warming up, spring is coming. Wrong. That warmth was the setup. Last night, the Arctic front crashed through. This morning, you woke up to winter slapping you in the face. And tonight, Sunday night into Monday morning, is the absolute worst of it. Ottawa tonight, minus 28 degrees, which is potentially the coldest early March temperature in over a decade. Wind chill, minus 33. At that wind chill, frostbite happens in 10 to 30 minutes on any exposed skin. Toronto tonight, minus 18, which would make this the coldest March night since 2015. Montreal, minus 19 tonight, with wind chills near minus 25. Winnipeg gets hammered at minus 25 with wind chills of minus 35. These are legitimately dangerous temperatures, folks. And Northern Ontario is getting absolutely destroyed right now. Big Trout Lake wind chill, minus 48. Muskrat Dam, minus 47. Sandy Lake, minus 45. Pickle Lake, minus 44. Thunder Bay is in the minus 30s overnight, with wind chills approaching minus 40. At minus 48 wind chill, we are talking exposed skin freezing in 2 to 5 minutes. You walk outside without covering your face, you are getting frostbite before you reach your car. This is survival cold. But, and I cannot stress this enough, the cold breaks fast. Tomorrow, Monday, temperatures start climbing. Tuesday and Wednesday, we get back above zero across southern Ontario and Quebec. Thursday, Toronto hits plus 3. Friday, plus 8. Next Saturday, plus 11 degrees. That is a 30-degree temperature swing from tonight to next weekend. This system races and dumps one night of dangerous cold and then exits. So if you can make it through tonight and tomorrow morning, you are clear. This is not January, where we were locked in a deep freeze for weeks. This is a fast-moving Arctic surge that peaks tonight. Subscribe to this channel right now because March is wild with these crazy temperature swings, and I will keep you updated on every system coming through. Let me break this down by region because the danger is not equal everywhere. British Columbia, you dodged this one. Vancouver, at 8 degrees with rain. Coastal BC, your bigger worry is spring flooding with snowpack at 108% of normal. Alberta Calgary swinging with Chinook winds, Edmonton -6 with wind chills of -15. Bundle up. Saskatchewan, Regina -11 tonight. Wind chill -17. Manitoba, Winnipeg. This is your danger zone. -25 tonight. Wind chills of -35. If you are in Winnipeg, you know this is serious. Check on elderly neighbors. Make sure everyone has heat. Ontario northern communities are getting crushed. Thunder Bay -30, with wind chills near -40. Big Trout Lake, Muskrat Dam, Sandy Lake, wind chills -45 to -48. These are isolated communities. If power fails, help cannot get there. Tonight is about survival. Southern Ontario, Toronto -18 wind chill, -25. Ottawa -28, wind chill -33. If you lose power in -18, that is life-threatening. Have backup heat ready. Quebec, Montreal -19 tonight. Gatineau -32 wind chill. Hydro-Quebec asking people to conserve energy during peak hours. Lower your thermostat a couple degrees tonight. It prevents grid overload. Atlantic Canada, Halifax -15 tonight. After that nor'easter buried you this week. Newfoundland, clear your roofs. That snow weight causes collapse. Now, let me connect this to what the United States is seeing, because this is a continental system. The same Arctic clipper that hit Canada is bringing snow and dangerous cold south of the border. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut are getting 1 to 3 inches of snow today. Parts of New England, 6+ inches. The Midwest is seeing dangerous wind chills right now. Chicago is in the mid-teens Fahrenheit today. Minneapolis near 0. Boston, single digits. New York City drops to around 15 Fahrenheit tonight, which is -9 Celsius. These are dangerous temperatures. The National Weather Service is warning of extreme cold and dangerous wind chills, with the coldest readings in the -30s Fahrenheit across the interior Northeast. This is the same Arctic air mass Canada is dealing with, just shifted slightly south. So our American friends, you are not off the hook. Tonight is dangerous for you too. If this forecast is helping you prepare, hit that like button right now and share this video with your family, because people need to know what is coming tonight, and your shares save lives. Now here is what nobody else is talking about: the homeless crisis, because this is where people actually die. Toronto has opened warming centers and added 540 temporary shelter spaces for this cold snap. But advocates are saying it is not enough. The shelter system was already maxed out before this hit. One advocate described the situation as insurmountable. There are simply more people outside than there are beds inside. Winnipeg shelters are operating over capacity. Silo Mission says people are facing life and death situations, with shelters designed for 400 people now serving 1,500 meals a day. Montreal doubled their warming center capacity, but the Canadian Red Cross says homelessness is now a true humanitarian crisis. And here is the gut punch, folks. New York City has had at least 30 people die from hypothermia this winter. 30 human beings froze to death in one city. Washington, D.C., 4 deaths. Across the United States, at least 150 people have died in just the last month from cold and winter storms. These are not numbers, these are people. And tonight, when Ottawa hits -28 and Winnipeg hits -25, more people will die unless we help. If you see someone outside tonight, call emergency services. Give them your old winter coat you are not using. Donate to warming centers. They are overwhelmed and underfunded. Every dollar helps. Here is what March looks like, because tonight is not the end. The Weather Network calls it magnified March madness. This week, through March 7th, below normal temperatures. Then week 2, March 8th to 14th splits. Cold pours into Western Canada. Exceptional warmth builds in the east. Week 3 and 4, the cold shifts back east. Wild swings. -18, one day. +11 1 week later. Water mains break from constant freeze-thaw. The polar vortex splits March 3rd to 5th. Breaks into 2 lobes. One over Canada and US, one over Siberia. Creates wavy jet streams sending cold south. AccuWeather warns this could impact us through mid-March into early April. More cold coming, but shorter snaps with warm breaks between. Not weeks of relentless cold. April still runs colder than normal. Real spring warmth, May. 2 more months, folks. But short snaps you can handle. Subscribe one more time if you have not already, because I will track every one of these systems and give you 72-hour warnings so you can prepare. Now, here is exactly what you need to do to stay safe tonight. If you are in Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg, or anywhere in Ontario, Quebec, or Manitoba, treat tonight like an emergency, because it is. Check your heat right now. If you have space heaters, make sure they work but never leave them on overnight unattended. Have candles and matches ready. Do not use your gas stove or oven to heat your home. That creates carbon monoxide, which kills silently. Charge all your devices. Have backup battery packs. Stock food so you do not have to leave the house tomorrow if the roads are bad. Check on your elderly neighbors tonight. Knock on their door. Make sure they have heat. Make sure they are not alone. If you have to go outside tomorrow, dress in 3 layers. Moisture-wicking base layer, never cotton because cotton holds sweat and freezes. Insulating middle layer like fleece. Wind-resistant outer shell. Cover every inch of exposed skin. Wear mittens, not gloves, because mittens keep your fingers together and warmer. At -30, wind chill frostbite starts in 10 to 30 minutes. At -48, it starts in 2 to 5 minutes. Watch for the signs. If you start shivering hard, that is your body trying to warm itself, and that is okay. If shivering stops, that is bad. That means moderate hypothermia is setting in. Confusion, slurred speech, fumbling hands, these are danger signs. Get inside immediately. Get warm gradually. Call for help. For frostbite, watch for skin turning white or grayish yellow. Numbness. Hard or waxy feeling skin. That is frostbite developing. Do not rub it. Warm it gradually with body heat. Get medical attention. And folks, if your city has warming centers open tonight, use them. There is zero shame in going to a warming center. They exist to save lives. Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Winnipeg, Hamilton all have warming centers open. If you cannot heat your home safely, go there. If you see someone outside who looks like they are in trouble, call 911. Do not assume someone else will help. You might be the only person who notices. You might save a life tonight. The bottom line is this. Tonight, Sunday, March 2nd into Monday morning, March 3rd, is the peak danger. -28 in Ottawa, -18 in Toronto, -25 in Winnipeg, -48 wind chill in northern Ontario. These temperatures kill. But this is not another January deep freeze. This breaks by Tuesday. Temperatures surge back above 0 by Wednesday. By next weekend, Toronto is at +11 degrees. So prepare for tonight. Take it seriously. Help vulnerable people. But understand this is a short event, one dangerous night, then recovery. Then wild warm-up by next weekend. That is the forecast, folks. Stay safe out there tonight.